Yo, what's up? Hey, so I just deadlifted 495 for 5 reps. I think it was 495. I mean, okay, realistically it's not 495 because it was at a commercial gym, and you know how commercial gyms are. I mean, unless you're buying like really nice calibrated plates or whatever, they're usually a couple pounds light. But either way, 5 reps or 5 plates on each side for 5 reps. It's a pretty big deal for me. I've done that before, but I've only done it. That's a third time I've ever done it, I believe. Might be the second time I've ever done it. I'm not sure. Either way, it's not a PR, but it certainly matches. It certainly matches my PR. It's the most I've ever deadlifted. So I feel really happy about that, and I'm gonna just keep pushing it. Like I definitely want to hit them. I definitely want to have 6 plates. I think I can have that pretty soon. I'm just gonna keep kind of dialing it in, which I guess is what I want to talk with you guys about today. Just kind of give you a little bit of bird's eye view as to how I've been approaching the gym. I've sort of been going at it in a similar, I think a similar way to how Eric Bugenhagen does it. I've heard people refer to it as like the Wisconsin method or something. That's kind of like what I do. I mean, I'll go into the gym and I'll have like a main compound exercise that's going to be sort of like the main event that I'm there for that day. But I might do like a couple other big compound movements on top of that, but I'm not really trying to push the needle on those compound movements so much. I mean, I am, like, I'm always trying to push the needle with everything that I do, but realistically, it's like whatever movement I'm starting with is going to be the one I want to get a PR on. So usually I'll start it off with the deadlifts or the zerchers, and then try to get a PR or get close to a PR, and then I'll go into some kind of upper body movement exercise after that. Whoops. Lost it. We're back. So, after the deadlifts, I might go into flat bench, overhead press, dips, whatever the overhead pressing movement is that I want to focus on that day. And then I'll usually do like some type of upper body pulling movement, rowing movement, weighted chin up or weighted pull up, or just a pull up, as many reps as I can get, or I'll sort of swap out the rows. So basically, it's like I'll pick a big body weight, kind of full body, lower body, upper body, exercise like deadlifts, zerchers, or today I'm gonna do cambered bar squats. They call it yoke bar squats. Probably I'm gonna do that today. Which those movements really do hit like the whole body. And then then I'll rotate to some type of a pressing movement, upper body pressing movement, and upper body rowing movement, and not necessarily in that order. Like one day I might go straight from the zerchers into some chin-ups, and then from the chin-ups into a weighted dip. It just kind of, I just sort of alternated each day depending on what I think I need to focus on today, with that day. So I'm always sort of alternating, like, but sometimes I'll just do the same workout over and over again. I'll do deadlifts and overhead press, and I might do that 3 or 4 days in a row. If I feel like if I'm feeling good and I feel like the numbers are going up, I might do the same workout a few days in a row, or I might have a day off in between, but still do the same workout. So let's say I did deadlifts and overhead press on on Monday, I might take Tuesday off and do the exact same workout again. I might take 2 days off in between. So I've been kind of experimenting with, going every single day, and then sometimes giving it a couple days in between. So it's all everything I'm doing is all very intuitive, and I'm really just trying to go off of like what's exciting that day. What do I feel motivated to go and work on today, and whatever the main exercise is, like I'm trying to push the needle on that. I want to get a little bit more, another rep or 5 more pounds or whatever the case might be. Try to increase that number somehow, on whatever it is I'm doing. There'll always be the main lift, which will probably be the deadlift or the zercher or the cambered bar squat. That'll be like the main lift. I always do that first. Then I'll do an upper body press. That's because I want to have big, strong chest, big, strong shoulders. So it'll usually be overhead press or incline bench or flat bench. And I'll rotate that. So that'll be like the second exercise of the day. Then the third then I'll move into like probably do some type of rows. Probably weighted pull-ups, because I feel like they're just kind of the best. But I might do bent over rows, heavy bent over rows, or a seated they got that plate loaded hammer strength machine at my gym, and I really love that, man. For a seated row, that thing's amazing. So I might do that. So that'll be like the fourth exercise. And then, from there, I just kind of go into my fluff work, your single joint movements. I mean, I'll sort of alternate. I'll get the heavy shrugs in there. I'll do that a couple times, once or twice a week. Biceps and triceps, just like some single joint bicep, tricep fluff work. I'll usually tack that on the end. But by and large, it's like I'm really there for like 1 or 2 compound movements that day, and I'm just spending a lot of time on those movements so I can try to get a PR on those particular movements. A deadlift PR, a zercher PR, a bench press PR, overhead press PR. If I can keep moving the needle on those, I feel like my total strength just seems to go up and up over time. That's what seems to be happening. Like, as my deadlift gets stronger, my bench press is getting stronger. Like, it's a lot easier for me to move 315 since I've been isolating the deadlift and the zerchers. It's gotten a lot easier for me to bench 315. Like, benching 315 for a triple is not really that big of a deal for me right now. It's pretty regular that I can do that. I'll hopefully post some videos of that soon, but it's just kind of hard to get a good it's kind of hard to set up the camera for the bench press, basically. But yeah, I've just noticed, man, I'm all about these torso builder exercises, the zerchers and the and deadlifts, cambered bar squats. I'm probably going to start doing the hex bar or trap bar squats or trap bar deadlifts, but getting my feet onto an elevated position. I know that's something Bugenhagen talks about. But yeah, it's crazy in the last 6 months since I've been really prioritizing those types of lifts. It has definitely impacted my overall strength and physicality. So it's pretty cool. I mean, that's just kind of what just thought I'd share some thoughts with you guys about lifting and where I'm at right now. Just trying to make that mean number go up, that average number go up, that average hoist, just kind of see a steady upward trend across all those, really, it's like the same basic movements that I'm sort of doing week in and week out, Jefferson curl, that'll be another one I try to work into the mix. At any rate, that's kind of where I've been at with lifting. I'm stoked. You know, the numbers are going up. That 495 for 5 is a big deal. And hopefully I'll have 6 plates here soon enough. So, hey, y'all take care. I'll talk to you soon.